What's up, everybody? Completed my walk for the day. Video. All right, so today I'm gonna talk about emotions, being emotionally aware of what you're feeling throughout the day. Also, the benefits and cons of keeping the emotions inside versus worrying them on your feelings, like I have. Go ahead and get into that. So emotions, uh, from what I know, uh, as far as scientific wise, following certain people, emotions occur subconsciously before you are consciously aware of them. And this can be proven by the simple example of you react a certain way to a certain situation, and then immediately after you regret the reaction that you gave. That emotion hijacking your reason and logic, forcing you to act a certain way. The most obvious one would be the emotion of love. If you've ever been in love, you know how ridiculous you can act, how illogical your behavior is. If you look back on it and you're like, what in the hell is wrong with you? There wasn't anything wrong with you. Your brain was hijacked by love. Um, so yeah, that's a certain thing. But I'm gonna talk about mostly about how I handle my emotions. And it's most effective for me. I'm not saying it's gonna work for you, but I just want to share um, the way I handle my emotions. Like, there's no way to control them. You're human. You're gonna experience them. You have to learn how to take care of them and not let them become unnecessary stress. Let me go ahead and get into it. All right. So I have a tendency to let my emotions be known. Um, I wear them on my sleeve. I don't hide them. You know, usually how I am is how I'm feeling at that moment. Unless I'm constantly wearing a mask and putting on a front, my emotions are always known to me and to those around me. And I do this because if I keep my emotions inside, you know, I'm 42 years old. In my teens and 20s, I had anger issues. I still kind of do. Like, I'll get mad and I'll, like, slam doors and, like, throw stuff. But back then, it was terrible. It was terrible. You know, I got in a lot of fights, um, tore up the house, all kind of crazy stuff. And, you know, that was because whenever I would get angry, I would hold it inside until I couldn't take it anymore. And it's just an explosion of anger. And it just all comes out at once. Um, you know, yesterday I talked about the 7-year body. And I think my previous 7 year of 35 to 42, I become aware of that. That if I don't express those emotions as soon as I get them, they'll accumulate and boil over at the worst possible time. So what I've started to do is, if I feel angry, be angry. You know, if I'm happy, be happy. If I'm sad, be sad. You know, I can't afford to ignore my emotions anymore. And I do that. One of the things that I've learned that by doing this is not only do I become aware of my own emotions, like immediately upon having them, but I'm also able to go the next step and do what I need to do to let that emotion pass. You know, I feel the emotion, I recognize it, I grab it, I make it real, I understand why I'm feeling this way, and I let it go. Sometimes the feeling will linger uh, for hours, but never for days. And I'm learning how to process the emotion as soon as I get them so that they don't accumulate. Another effective thing that has occurred by me doing this is that people around me can see how I'm feeling and they can make the conscious decision whether or not to talk to me or to approach me. I by having my emotions on my sleeve, I'm letting people around me know how I'm feeling. I'm letting them know if I'm in a moment where I don't need to be bothered. I'm letting them know if I'm in a moment where I could be approached. And I'm letting them know what's going on with me without even saying nothing. And I think that helps others to see what I'm feeling at a particular moment in time. And we're human. We have ebb and flows throughout the day. One minute we're angry, the next minute we're happy, the next minute we're sad, and we have thoughts just flowing through our consciousness all the time. And by paying attention to any one of those thoughts creates an emotion in us. That's why we have mood swings throughout the day. I'm not the only one, and if you want to sit there and say you don't have mood swings, you're lying to yourself. Stop it. Recognize those emotions. The only way you don't have mood swings during the day is if you're a robot. If you're a human being, you're going to have emotional mood swings, and that's just how it is. We make the mistake of taking everything someone else does personally, like they're feeling a certain way because of us. And that's not true. The way a person feels most of the time has nothing to do with you at all. It's just that in that particular moment of time, you're seeing him and you're in the same personal space, and we make the illogical conclusion that they're feeling a certain way because of us. And it has nothing to do with us. And the ego that we're controlled by causes this. And we need to break this. So yeah, I have a tendency to wear my emotions outwardly. I don't hide it. I don't hide nothing. If I feel a certain way, I'm going to feel it. That's just how it is. So those are benefits of me personally for not being afraid to feel my emotions. Yeah, so those are the benefits of that. At the same time, there's also detriment to that. Like I said, people always view me as being bipolar, trendy, sexy topic nowadays. Everyone could be diagnosed with bipolar. Everyone. If you're honest with yourself, you're bipolar. That diagnosis is overused. Um, so yeah, people can never tell what kind of mood I'll be in. It's not really for them to tell. They need to concentrate on themselves. Like I concentrate on myself. You care less about what people around me are doing. Unless it affects me, um, unless it affects me, there's no reason for me to react. And I'm learning how to ignore people, and that's become a part of my personality. Another detriment to having my emotions on display for the world is that it leaves me vulnerable to abuse. I don't want to say abuse. It leaves me vulnerable to attack, I guess. Like it shows people my buttons to push, and sometimes people egg situations on, and by me having my emotions on my sleeve, I don't really do anything to prevent that. So that's how I handle my own emotions. It might not work for you. I'm coming to see that that doesn't work for a lot of people. Um, So yeah, emotions on your sleeve. The other thing, which I think is less beneficial, is keeping them in. Keeping them in. You know, we as a society, we are increasing, especially now these days, where everyone is offended by everything. You know, the tendency now is to keep stuff in and to be reluctant to express yourself openly for fear of ridicule over your emotions. And this would be something I would have to research. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot more stress in the world. When you bottle your emotions up, you're not letting them out. So they stack up and they grow, build upon each other, piggyback on each other until they boil over and come out, usually in the form of anger. Um, you know, not expressing yourself and your thoughts of what's really going on inside of you, keeping the bottle up creates stress. It creates sickness on the body. Um, I believe personally that most illnesses, if not all of them, especially diseases, are psychosomatic, which means are brought on by the brain. Like your mind literally makes you sick um, because it's trying to get that stress out of its body the only way that it can. And if you're not consciously aware and try to do it, it's going to come out through your body. Sickness, disease, cancer. You know, how do you think people get cancer and then later it just goes away? It's because they're addressing a specific issue inside of them that makes that stress go away. You know, you have an immune system. If you take care of your body and your mind right, your immune system is literally built to keep you healthy. So, yeah, sickness and disease is a result of stress. Also, I would imagine it would lead to a lot of bad moods. You know, I have a tendency to be in a bad mood a lot. That's because stuff around me just makes me mad. Like a lot of stuff, you know, the people around me and situations around me make me upset, and I have to feel that because it's often. So, and you know, I'm not always like that. I'm happy at some times and excited and fearful, and but the hard part is recognizing those emotions when you get them. Um, so yeah, that's why I prefer to just feel stuff and to let my emotions out as they occur. Because if I don't, I'll experience some kind of sickness. You know, I have the flu or something. I have a stress in my body, like a nagging pain that won't go away. It's just a lot of things that go along with it. So I recommend, based on my own personal experience, is to feel your emotions as you're feeling them. Wear them on your sleeve a little bit. You know, depending on where you're at, you can't do that all the time. I mean, if you're at work, you know, it probably wouldn't be smart to walk around with a scowl on your face all the time. But, you know, there are ways to express your emotion, you know, uh, not so strongly and intensely. It's simple. Have the emotion, recognize it, grab it, possess it, understand why you're feeling that way, let it go. Let it go. Let it out. However you let it out, let it out. Go get a punching bag and punch it, you know. Go to the company of someone you love, you know, get some good words. There's a lot of things you can do to feel your emotion instead of letting it just build up inside of you, I recommend doing what I said earlier. You also can write them out. Stress journal helps. You know, every little thing that you can do. Look back on your life and your history, and you know, what did you do to make yourself feel better? And do that. If it's legal, if you're not hurting someone else in the process, do what you got to do to get that stress out of your body. Because if it stays there, it'll accumulate into a sickness, a disease, bodily injury, and just a warped personality. Like, I'm emotional. A lot of people don't like it, but I'm pretty sure I'm healthier internally than they are because I express myself. Alright, so there's that. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and like I always say, I'm going to try to keep these up every day.